Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. My name is Pinelark Nerd and we are in our Ramshackle hut. Let's unpause the game. I'm just going to slow back down as we come towards the morning. We have our 3 duplicants. We've played our first cycle, our first day of the game. So far we've got a toilet and a wash basin built. Storage here full of building materials and metals, and we've also got a generator with an oxygen diffuser. If the oxygen starts getting low, I'll turn this on. But yeah, for now we'll let people do it when they are free. We've also got a pitcher pump, letting us get some water for our wash basin. And we are working on a little bedroom up the top here. We do also need a food source, so a microbe musher will be useful. We still don't have enough metals, so time to, oh yeah, Devon is doing some hard graft down here. Let's dig out a little bit of material here. I'm gonna prioritize this a little bit, so let's put this up to a 6 so someone can come and do this. Yeah, Otto's going to do a little bit of building, and then Quinn is going to come down here. Something also unlocked where we can build a pneumatic door which encloses areas without blocking liquid or gas, but stops wild critters if we needed to do that. Plumbing wise, we've got this bottle emptier, which means we can empty bottles if we want to move water from here to somewhere else. A bit inefficient compared to pumps and pipes, but yeah, it's an option. And then we also probably want a triage cot at some point, and a massage table is good for reducing stress. So we are getting there, but yeah, we've got our bedrooms built. We can assign these, so I'm just going to quickly assign these in order. Devon, Otto and Quinn. And then think about where we want to dig some more bits. So food, yeah, this is really dire in terms of metals. Let's put on our materials overlay. Yeah, it's all down here, so we're going to have to get our feet wet a little bit. But let's do some digging through here. There's not much water here, but there is water. So here it says you can see 1,000 kilograms. Here, 34 grams, 150 grams. It's not much. I don't really want to dig through here because I've got a feeling this water will equalise up to here. Yeah, sorry, it's chilly. Let's dig here, and then the water should drop down. That is enough to build a micro musher, which I'm going to put in between these two on the power line, so that we've got some food making right near the printing pod. Yeah, you two are not particularly happy about that. Soggy feet and shivering. The water will slowly flow down to here. But it's going to take a little bit of time, so I'm going to dig this one out as well. And I'm going to prioritise that. There we go. Quinn is on it. Colony achievement earned. Bed and bath. Yeah, I don't have any of the achievements because I've never played Oxygen Not Included on this PC. So I have, other than the few days that I played last year. I'm trying to work out if maybe those are just per colony, those achievements. But I definitely have a lot of Steam achievements. Errand priority. Yeah, that's fine. We know that. Germs and diseases. Yeah, we've looked at that. There's also a medicine tab, which is... Oh, that's down the bottom here. That's what it means by that. Oh yeah, we need to set what we want to make. So we can click on here and we can see what is required. So mush bars require dirt and water. Lice loaf requires meal lice. Tofu requires nosh beans, and paku treat requires either mealwood seeds or blossom seeds, I think, and water. So we want to aim for some mush bars, and we're just going to queue. I'm going to put it on 5 for now, just so we get some built. And hopefully our cook, forget who that is. Devon will come and work on that. Oh, Devon is... Devon's on here, so Devon can't work on this while they're working on that. We can build a battery though, which would help immensely. So let's get that built. This is a very, very basic setup in terms of power, where everything is on a single grid, all next to each other. Which is not ideal, but we will get there with it. Muckweed, that's something people can eat, I believe. A seedless fruit with an upsetting, bland aftertaste. Are you building? Yeah, you're going to be building that. Let's do some digging up here. It's not ideal because we're going to move some plants, but needs must, I think. Let's free up another side of this oxlight. Yeah, Quinn is doing some cooking. Devon is still running away on the power generator. We might want to change priorities then so that you do the cooking first. But I'm kind of okay. It's only mush bars. It's not the end of the world. Let's make sure mush bars go into this this thing. I don't think they're particularly clean. Seem okay, but yeah. Yeah, as someone who plays RimWorld quite micromanagey, there's a little bit, sort of, a little more hands-off here where you kind of just got to let them do their thing. And if you can't tell them to go somewhere, I can't, if I select Quinn, I can't be like, go do this. I can't, like, order you to go and do something else easily. So you have to keep an eye on them, and they're clones, so at the end of the day, some of them may die, but it's a price we are willing to take. So yeah, we're putting the mush bars into this ration box. We still haven't found any meal lice, which grow on the mealwood plants, you can see up here. Mealwood seeds we've got, so we might want to start getting a garden. We're a little way off that yet. Now stations, this is what we want. We need a research station. So I'm going to put that over here just because it's in line with everything else and that needs power. So let's get that in there. We've got the battery fully powered now as well. So once the battery's at full strength, then it means no one has to be running on here. And we can work on other things. We don't have to constantly be running on the wheel. I'm going to dig out a little bit more over here as well, just so we can have a second toilet next to this one, second outhouse. Yeah, I'm sorry about all of the water down here. We can mop up water, so I can go down here and mop up liquid spills and put that across here, and then that will stop us having to walk in water all the time. Going to do some digging over here. Lovely. I don't know if this sand will fall down. We'll find out soon enough. But for now, we'll just leave carry on. I'm going to tab to 2 times speed. We're all eating mush bars. And I'm going to up this to 10 more. No one's going to be happy about the mush bars. We do have some muckroot and some nutrient bars in here. And that's the end of day 2, cycle 2. Food safety. The food my duplicants cook will only ever be as clean as the ingredients used to make it. Storing food in sterile or refrigerated environments will keep food free of germs, while carefully placed hygiene stations like a wash basin or shower will prevent the cooks from infecting the food by handling it. So we can see there's already a few germs in this box, but we can do our best with it. Basically, it's never going to be pretty, and people are going to get ill. But we can try our very best for that not to happen. Let's tab to go to full speed. Cycle 3. We don't have much stress. There's probably some early game debuffs helping us out here. High morale, yeah. And new hope. These are disappearing quickly. Today's net stress. Devon is charging up the battery. We need to choose a research, so we can now go to this research tree and decide what we want to do. So this is huge. If you're watching on a tiny screen, it's going to be difficult to look at, but got food at the top, so food options. This gives us options for like a planter and an algae terrarium, which removes some carbon dioxide, produces oxygen. I think that's probably going to be our best bet for our first research. This goes on to meal prep, proper agriculture, ranching if we want to do some animal husbandry, or creature husbandry, I guess, down to gourmet food prep over here. Then power regulation, so this gives us a bigger battery, a switch and a wire bridge, so we can cross wires without them touching each other. We have separate circuits that cross one another, which is going to be super handy later on. Solid material, that's a rock crusher. A water cooler, which is a gathering place for duplicates, improves morale and relieves thirst. And a crafting station, that will also be handy to do. Medicine, we can build an apothecary. Liquids, so this is pipes for liquids, and then down here we've got pipes for gases. Exosuit, that's a little bit later on. Decor, so this is a pot plant, a lamp, and a ceiling light. And computers. Automation, I've done a little bit of automation, but not these late game stuff. Never got that far. Rocketry, I haven't done a huge amount of. I think I've might have built some radar dish looking things, so maybe this before, but nothing's recently. So let's start off with food, and then I think we'll probably go to colony development after that, and then maybe pipes and things. I think I selected the research. Yeah, insufficient oxygen generation, so the air is becoming increasingly less breathable, and we can see the carbon dioxide. Thankfully, carbon dioxide drops down, it's heavier, so the oxygen is on the top, and we've got this space down here where the oxygen, where the carbon dioxide can drop down to. And we also have all of this water down here, which is being ferried one bottle at a time upstairs to the wash basin, I think. Let's just slow down for a minute. The sand did fall down over here, so we are going to build some tiles underneath here. Not that one though. And then I want to make us a triage cot in case anyone gets hurt. Now this looks like it's a 3 by 2? I can't really tell. Yeah, so we can't build it here, for example, because it's in the way there. And then we can build it here. So I probably want to build it over here, just next to the beds. Triage cot, there we go. And it's saying it's invalid at the moment. That just means the floor has to be built first. So Otto is heading up there with some sandstone. Quinn is doing some research and Devon is cooking, and our battery will slowly drop down from 10 kilojoules down to 0, and eventually someone is going to have to start running on the treadmill. There we go, Devon doing some running. And I'm going to get this to be swept up with a 6 just to make sure that happens. Otto's delivering water to the one of these, either the micro musher or the oxygen diffuser. And we have our triage cot, so this is super helpful if anyone gets injured. I'm going to keep digging this way. We've got a big bit of metal, area of metal over here. And then this is sand, so I'm going to preemptively put tiles across here. And get some more algae. And we do want more storage as well, so I'm going to get a second storage bin over here. And that's going to be for some algae, I think. Maybe mealwood seeds and things as well, just to get them in one place. But yeah, unlike RimWorld storage or shelves, these get built with nothing in, no options selected, so you have to remember to go in, which is probably better. But yeah, let's go in here. So we're going to say algae and we're going to say seeds. Any seeds. Yeah, I think that's fine, and we'll build more of these. We could put algae over here, or dirt. Dirt we're using for the mush bars. Are you getting dirt? Oh, you've got a whole load of things planned. So you're doing storing mush bars, storing algae, life support to oxygen diffuser, research. Yeah, just a big list of priorities. And if I can select Quinn, we can see you've got dig, store muckroot. Yeah, there's options you can do. So you've got 5 more digs before you move on to something else. But yeah, the sand is falling down. And we can actually print a new person already. So we can choose a blueprint. We can do some different things here. So this is our colony so far. Interesting. Duplicates. They're all two cycles old. All of our buildings. Here's the oxygen we've produced. Oxygen we've consumed. You can see we're producing 111. We're consuming 147. So we definitely need to be producing more. Yeah, the sort of summary of the whole colony. We got the research, that just brings up the research tab, and then our skills. And choose a blueprint. So, yeah, we've got time to build another bed, that's fine. We can either have Nisbet, Ellie, or we can get a puffed egg or some rust. So Nisbet has increased food prep, creativity, and machinery. Ellie has doctoring, strength, and food prep. You've got increased decor. You're also a caregiver, and then you've got shriveled taste buds. So you get a bigger bonus from food. You've got lower construction, and you've got lower calories, or you store fewer calories, or you need fewer calories. I'm not entirely sure. There's reds and greens, which are not really aligning to what I'm expecting. Let's go for Nisbet with the creativity and the machinery, just for a little bit more variety. I don't think it matters super much early on. We've got the increased medicine over here and the increased medicine here. And you've also both got cuisine, so there's not a big difference. You've also got strength, which is good for the carrying. But yeah, we'll go for Nisbet. And we've earned a skill point. I do want to prioritize with an 8 this up here. And then I'm going to go and get another bed, furniture, cot. And we can't move things. We can deconstruct, but we can't move. So assuming that we eventually move the triage cot, let's build on that basis. So this would be here, this would be here, and then the next thing would be here. Sorry, Nisbet, I'm interrupting you again. Someone else is going to come and work on the bed. Very happy about the algae. And then this is going to be an 8, and then this is going to be an 8, just to get it done. Ooh, there's a seed in here, a briar seed. The seed of a briar bluff. Bluff briar? What is our light situation? Yeah, dark. So we might want to get some light in here eventually, but we don't have the option yet. I don't think. Got continued warnings about the oxygen situation. We might want to do some sweeping up. People will move things by themselves, but we can prioritise it with sweeping. Taking a little while to get the cot built, so hopefully someone can work on that. I'm reminding myself who our constructor is. It is Otto. Oh, you've done it already. Yeah, I looked away and it was done. So we're going to assign this bed to Nisbet, just to make sure that they go and use that. Having a chat over here, having a relax. Research-wise, we're nearly there with basic farming, so yeah, we're quickly getting towards that first research. If I can zoom in, that will give us compost as well as being able to build the ration box, the planter, and the algae terrarium. And we're looking like we want a second toilet, so I'm going to build a second outhouse over here, just to make sure we don't get caught short. So here we can also go into our cycle reports. So this tells us how many germs we've made, for example, and how much food we've made and how much we've removed. I'm not entirely certain that's fair because we're making the mush bars, but maybe the mush bars are just really low calories. Oxygen generation and oxygen removal, that's super important, this net number here, because it tells us the trend of oxygen in the base, and we can go to our oxygen overlay and see there is oxygen in here. It's breathable throughout and very breathable most of the way. And then down here, people just won't want to be down here because they can't breathe. That is our third day. Second toilet is coming in. Got some people just disinfecting beds. So yeah, there's people going past this wash station. So Nisbet is really dirty, so maybe this didn't have water in it or something. So we want to make sure that it does. So I'm just going to put a 7 on that to make sure that it stays clean. And we're also picking up dirt, moving around. So dirt is probably going into the microbe musher. Yep. And also doing some disinfecting by the looks of it. Some research happening over here. The research is very close. Quinn is busy working away, and let's add in some priorities for Nisbet. So you are bad at construction, so I'm going to put you down on the construction just because you're going to be quite slow at it. Construction. Building, it's called up here. You're good at creativity, medicine, machinery. So let's put you up for... That's machinery, creativity, and medicine. And we probably want to put you up on digging as well, just because we don't have that other stuff at the moment. So Nisbet's going to be one of our chief diggers. And we have finished our first bit of research. I'm going to jump into the research tree and get down here and put water cooler queued for research. So, yes, Eureka! We've discovered basic farming technology. New technology has become available in an algae terrarium, a planter box, a ration box, and compost. So we can look in here. So compost will reduce polluted dirt, rotting foods, and discarded organics down to dirt. I'm going to put this next to our toilet. So I think these produce... Yeah, these produce polluted dirt, which will give it somewhere to go, basically. Actually, I'm going to cancel that and build it one tile away in case we want to cordon that off a little bit more. Food-wise, we can now build planters. I think we want some more space in the base to use that. And then an algae terrarium. Consumes algae and produces oxygen. We remove some carbon dioxide. Gets a 10% efficiency boost if in direct light. It's not going to be in direct light, but we are going to build it down here to start removing some of the carbon dioxide down here. So let's put it down there, and hopefully it will start to put a little bit of oxygen once it gets built. Unrefrigerated food as well. Yeah, we are not in a place where we can refrigerate food at the moment. Mush bars. Yeah, that's just how it's going to be. Let's see where refrigeration is. Refrigerator up here. So we've got 2 researches to do to get there. You can see there's 2 bars here. So this is a novice research, and then that's an advanced research, which we need a supercomputer for. So you don't need both, but it just means it will go quicker if you've got a supercomputer. So I think that's right. But for now, we will leave it there for this this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying Oxygen Not Included. Do give me a subscribe if you want to see more. We've also got a new RimWorld series, The Sanctuary, where we're playing a biotech ideology DLC playthrough, and yeah, that's going to be going long into the future, and I hope this Oxygen Not Included playthrough will as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Pinelark Nerd, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.